Let's get physical. It's Jordan here, back again with an update on all the physical releases coming to the Nintendo Switch. We're in the final week of February 22nd until the 26th, Monday to Friday, retail, low print and imports, plus our usual community spotlight where you show off your games and maybe win a prize. It's an absolutely massive week, so let's begin with the one you've all been waiting for. Tanuki Justice is Pixel Heart's latest Nintendo Switch release. This is a simple but rather enjoyable arcade action platformer, a game that wouldn't look too out of place on like the Master System or something. I have this digitally and for what it's going for, it's actually pretty good. Don't expect a wealth of content or mechanics, this is back to basic stuff, but if you're a gamer of a certain age, I think you'll get a kick out of it. I really quite enjoyed it, as long as you know what you're getting. This is the European release date, and if you want to order this from pixelheart.eu, then I got in contact with the guys over there and organized a special discount code for you. For 1 week only, until February 28th, you can get 15% off any of their products with the code WATCHPIX15. 15% off with WATCHPIX15. They do have their own code for that new Pixel, but that's one-time use only, so this is an ideal code for those who are already customers. It's a nice way to pick up Tanuki Justice and some other fun games like Wallachia, Finding Teddy 2, or Shmup Collection. I recommend all of those. The North American version is at the usual VGNY with different cover art, and it is really nice. Now, this is due for a little bit later in March, but guess what, guys? I got a secret little code for you and your eyes only because I like ya. At VGNYsoft.com, which is separate from their Video Games New York website. It's a different website. I think their checkout system is different there, which allowed this to happen. Anyways, there is a link below to the correct one. So for our US of A brethren, you can get 10% off Tanuki Justice with our very own discount code SwitchWatch. Keeping it simple there. Again, this is good until the end of February. SwitchWatch, a tasty 10% off Tanuki Justice from VGNYsoft.com. Organizing that was no mean feat. I hope you like it, American people. Neither of these codes are affiliates. We don't earn anything, diddly squat. It's just something that I organized for you because, like I said, I like ya. I like you a lot. And I want to thank you for all your amazing support. WatchPix15 for 15% off anything from pixelheart.eu. SwitchWatch for 10% off Tanuki Justice from VGNYsoft.com. And this is Gannicus's Pick of the Week. Bravely Default 2 is the JRPG many people have been waiting for, a sequel to two of the best games available on the 3DS, and one of Square Enix's newer franchises that has had rather decent success both commercially and critically. I did not enjoy the first demo all the way back when, but I'm still excited to give this one a go once I have time in about, 5 years from now with the rate my backlog is going down. Great visuals, superb music. This is going to be a top tier JRPG on the Switch, I'm sure. And this is Jonathan Rumor and Alexander Cato's Pick of the Week. Persona 5 Strikers is the long-awaited localization of Persona 5 Masu Mashup, taking the well-loved JRPG and wrangling a sequel story out of it into hack and slash. This is hotly anticipated. Personally, I'd have loved just Persona 5 Royale first, just to get people up to speed, but it is what it is. Who knows? Maybe if this is a sales success. Although Atlas seem to struggle to know where easy money is. Come on, where's Persona 4 Golden? Easy money! I have a feeling we're going to be seeing this one a fair bit in the community spotlight next week. Dane Wilkinson, Elisa, Alolan Jojo, and Santa Tartaruga have chosen this as their pick of the week. Hellpoint is a third-person action RPG set in a sci-fi world. This has a charming mid-budget feel to it that I always enjoy. Takes me back to my early teenage years. You'll be hacking, slashing, and shooting at alien creatures in dark, dingy corridors. You know what? I'm well up for this. I have no idea if it's good or bad, but, merge games, they can go either way. But I appreciate the indie releases that try to be a bit bigger than, they should be. Code Realized Wintertide Miracles is an Otome visual novel. You know me, you know that I know nothing about these types of games, except that Code Realized seems to pop up every 6 months or so. So yeah, one for fans of romance novels it seems. It's Crazy Taxi! Oh no, wait, it's Taxi Chaos. This is a rip-off, it's an homage to the classic Sega arcade and Dreamcast games. I loved these games back in the day, so I'm happy to see someone at least have the balls to just copy and paste the gameplay. No joke, if Sega ain't gonna do it, let someone else do it. We don't really know if it's actually good or bad or not, but how can you screw up Crazy Taxi? Oh wait, yeah, I know. It's a requirement by law that Crazy Taxi-style games have a soundtrack by The Offspring. Yeah. That is in my head forever. It better have that, and if it doesn't, it's like a 1 out of 10. Anyways, this is the North American release. Europe is next month. Bibi und Tina at the Horse Farm is getting a belated North American release. This is going up in the world. First, it was only in Germany, then had a wider European release. Now it's heading across the Atlantic to the land of the free. The US release, that is. Baobabs Mausoleum is a weird kind of game. I don't even know what's going on here. I suppose it's one of those that you actually need to play to really know. A wacky genre switcher, it seems. There's a standard edition as well as a grindhouse edition, which comes with all sorts of extras as far as I can find out. This is European only at the minute. Let's jump into the low prints. Double Kick Heroes is Red Art Games' latest release. This is a cool looking action rhythm game as you try to outrun monster hordes. You tap to the rhythm, your dudes will shoot from the back of their car. Simple but kind of ingenious, plus it has a pretty awesome metal soundtrack to go with it. There are 2 editions, a standard one with 900 units plus a Steambox edition with 1,900 copies. And yes, SwitchWatch 10 is back for 10% off anything from Red Art Games' website. Anything. Now, I know recently some of their games have appeared on other websites at lower prices like base.com, to which Red Art told me that they don't control those prices, sadly. That's completely up to the retailer. And also, not all of their games are on there, they only have some of them. Plus, without some of the extras like the card sleeve that their website has, which are actually really nice. You can pre-order Double Kick Heroes now from Red Art Games, 10% off with SwitchWatch 10. Speed Limit is Strictly Limited's latest Switch release. This is a cool looking genre switcher going for a retro appeal. Looks like all action, side-scrolling shooting, first-person driving, top-down racing, isometric chopper action. It's an attack of the senses, just watching the trailer, but I guess old-school arcade enthusiasts will enjoy this one. Thankfully, Strictly have eased up on having too many purchase options. I think that's bitten them in the arse, and they've reined it in a little bit. There's a standard edition with 3,300 units, and one that comes with the soundtrack CD, 700 units. You can pre-order this now, and you'll get it sometime in 2022. Who knows? Their speed limit. They must have seen that one coming. Bloodstained, Curse of the Moon 2 is one of Limited Run's most hotly anticipated titles. This is a sequel to the well-loved original 8-bit homage to Castlevania, and many claim this to be bigger and better than even the NES classics. Alongside the standard edition, there's a classic edition that includes a retro sleeve, poster, and soundtrack CD, although, as I brought up in the Discord, could they have possibly made him look any more miserable? Nothing says stick me on your shelf than an emo kid that's just got told off by his mum for not cleaning his room. Cheer up, man! Act cool for the camera. Nevertheless, this has got a resin and boom boxes. Pick of the week. Also, I want to point out that Buildings Have Feelings 2, a game that I mentioned just last week and got announced just last week, the physical edition is suddenly being cancelled due to Brexit. I don't know why that would have an effect on it, and I don't know why the other games haven't been, had an issue with that. I just think they weren't particularly happy with it, maybe. Alright, let's delve into the imports this week. If any takes your fancy and you'd like to import them for yourself, then there are import links below in the description and the pinned comment. It helps support this little series especially. Thank you ever so much. We love you for your wonderful support. Thank you for using our links. Plus, in return, you can also get a very nice 5% off your order if you use the coupon code SwitchWatchTV while checking out. It's all one word, SwitchWatchTV while checking out for 5% off your order. And if you've not been counting, that's the 4th discount code in this episode alone. I must love you, right? And remember, this is your last week to get free shipping from PlayAsia. If your order is over $100, and if it's not too big in size, then you can get free shipping. That lasts until February 28th, free shipping from PlayAsia. So now is maybe the last chance to get that free shipping. Alright, Forward to the Sky is the one that I have my eye on the most. This is an action puzzle adventure, very simple looking, looks like a Dreamcast game, which is always a plus point in my books. Here you solve basic puzzles and fight enemies. It kind of looks like a Zelda dungeon, to be honest. Now, the biggest issue with this is that it's only like 2 hours long, apparently, which is really short for the price of a physical import. I'm going to try and see if it's truly worth it, if I can get it for review, so maybe hold off, but just remember, 2 hours. Although there may be new content for the Switch version, I'm not entirely sure. There's a standard edition as well as a collector's edition, which includes an acrylic figure, art book, and soundtrack CD. Love those CDs. Cotton Reboot is a little uncertainty in some respects this week, but this arcade classic remake is definitely out in Japan this week, but that does not have English according to the Japanese eShop. But The Asian version, which is scheduled for this week too, is supposed to have English. But I do know that a Western digital release and physical release via Strictly Limited and in games has been delayed for a few months. So something has me a little worried about the Asian version. But yeah, it's up for order on Strictly Limited and there's going to be a separate retail release. But if you fancy probably owning it sooner, then take a look at the Asian release, which has a standard edition as well as a collector's edition. Asian version has English, Japanese version does not. Just to state one more time, I'm not entirely confident about the Asian release coming this week. We'll just have to see, right? Steam Prison is a really swell-looking otome visual novel. No Western physical announced at the moment, and this Japanese physical release does have English. Of course, we know absolutely bugger all about this type of game here, but the trailer looks pretty cool. Nice character design, some really dynamic cutscenes. Obviously, they're showing the fancy stuff for the trailers, but, you know, otome fans, you should probably put this one on your list. Fill your boots, otome fans. Gorsd Dominus Edition is an interesting one. Aside from me feeling like I'm having a stroke trying to pronounce it, this is an interesting, intense arena combat game. Kind of a bit like Splatoon if it was on rails, as you try to cover all of the arena in your color. I guess it has a little bit of kicks in there too. This physical is exclusive to Asian regions and has English. It's simple, but those are often the best kind of arcade-style games, right? This Dominus Edition includes content not available even on the digital game. It's exclusive to the physical edition where you can learn extra things about the game, view cut content, and also play around with the graphics. This physical also comes with some stickers, reversible cover, and a downloadable soundtrack. Darius Cozmic Revelation is another one Strictly Limited have their mitts on in Europe, but who knows when that's getting sent out. The Japanese version is here this week with English on the cartridge. This is a double pack of 2 games in the well-loved shmup series, G Darius HD and Darius Burst, another Chronicle EX Plus. Man, they love their long titles. I wouldn't consider myself an expert on this particular series, but it is something I definitely could get into if I found it for the right price. If you don't fancy Strictly Limited, then the Japanese version may be the one to go for. There's a standard edition and a collector's edition, although the latter, I'm not sure about how available that is anymore. It seems to be sold out pretty much everywhere. One Step from Eden is a bit of an odd one. When I first saw this listing, I reached out straight away to the developer asking about English, like if there's English on the Japanese release. He said yes, but then a month or so later he reached out to me to warn me that actually there'd been a bit of a development and in fact there would be no English on this cartridge. But a Western physical would be announced pretty soon. But, well, here's the thing, the Japanese eShop says that it should have English. A couple of websites say it should have English, but the developer was told by their publisher there would be no English. So who knows what's going on here? Is there English? Even the dude who made the game isn't exactly sure. So hold tight on this one. Someone's gonna have to be the guinea pig here. If someone lets me know for 100% sure about English or not next week, then I'll be sure to tell everybody in the next episode. Either way, I have a very strong, very strong suspicion Limited Run is gonna do this one in the West, or maybe I Am 8-Bit. We will have to see. Empire of Sin is getting a belated physical release in Japan and Asia this week. There is English. There are also 4 visual novels coming out in Japan. Kin-Iro Loverish, Golden Time, Jinki Resurrection, Uta no Prince Sama debut for Nintendo Switch. These 4 games, none of them have English as far as I'm aware. Oh boy, that was a lot, right? Well, okay, let's jump into the Let's Get Physical Community Spotlight. Remember, if you're showed off in the series, then at the end of the month, in fact, at the end of this episode, you'll be with the chance of winning a physical Switch game. So yeah, let's get on with it. Bunny Voidstrom sent in this photo showing off an interesting variety of games. The beautiful second helping of Gris and Kentucky Route Zero, a quirky release from I Am 8-Bit. I think that release went under the radar for many, including myself. Crit Cat, many thanks for using our links and codes to pick up these 2 items. A cute little Final Fantasy VII music box, along with the beautiful Asian cover of Ys Origin. Still stand by that as being the best of the bunch. Transient Image was one to pick up Super Mario 3D World. No doubt this is going to be an easy 5 million copies sold, or maybe even 10. I actually like the Asian name for Bowser's Fury even more. Fury World, that sounds cooler. Never Birth finally showed off the prize he won from us a good few months back, Buried Stars. I'm sure a lot of people were very jealous about that one. Plus, they've gotten the recently sent out decks from Red Art Games. I've heard that's a very good cyberpunk game indeed. Remy X showed off the lovely trilogy of Oddworld games on the Switch. I definitely need to pick these up at some point, but oddly, here in China, I can only seem to find Stranger's Wrath, which is the one that I want the least, since I already have that digitally. Hockey nerds, many thanks for using our links and code for the Neversong Pinstripe at the top left. What's interesting is that Pinstripe is definitely out by itself in Europe now, but nobody's sent it into this spotlight section yet. We've had loads of these double packs, and I know that Neversong is also getting a separate release later this year in Europe. Why they are separate, while the Japanese is a decent value double pack, I will never know. Boombox sent in a couple of pictures, including Hyper Light Drifter, plus a very badass looking Ruiner. Very cyberpunk, much prefer this box art to the overly menacing normal one. He also got in the new Mario themed Switch. Goma sent in this picture of some lovely games. Obradin artwork really captures the spirit of the game well, certainly unique. Executive producer Dane Wilkinson picked up these games. I think last week's showing of Gunvolt Striker Pack sprung him into action, reminding him of its existence. I think that's what a lot of you enjoy about this section of the episode, giving a little bit of limelight to older releases to remind you of them. Punky Dooster did what he does best, showing off some tasty, mostly low print cartridges. Mummy Demastered is starting to fall into people's hands now, which is nice to see. And we can see it again with Matthew Hutton, who also got in these games like Prinny. Now, did that get a standard release, or did you take it out of this box? Totally Simon got in these games, really nice looking cover art to Among the Sleep and Fault Milestone 1, which is a game I actually got. I'm not sure why. I think it was maybe I bundled it with another game to make shipping less painful. Rafael Garcia sent in these games. Lumo has been on my wish list for like forever. When it first came out, I really wanted to get it physically, but it was a bit pricey here in China. Really nice isometric old school type of game. I think I really could dig it. Carlos Ramirez sent in these absolutely belting games. Impossible to choose which one to play first. Nice to see the North American Riser. I'm hoping that's coming down in price so that more people can experience it. It's a really great game. Lucasone sent in Little Nightmares 2, the TV edition, which I'm not entirely sure what it includes, but does definitely have a nice little figurine. Parsnip Coffee got a dollop of Super Rare alongside some fine imports for certain cultured gentlemen and gentle ladies. I recommend both these imports, Omega Labyrinth Live and Moro Crystal H. Art Minus Me sent in the Nitro Fueled edition of CTR, as well as their favorite indie game of all time, Hyper Light Drifter. Now that is a heavy dose of pink and purple. Executive producer J Cross 7776 sent in these games. I'm so jealous you have the English version of Three Kingdoms 14. Mine has been stuck in postage limbo for over a week due to Chinese New Year shutting everything down. Hopefully mine should be here tomorrow. I have it digitally, of course, but I'm hopelessly addicted to it. At the time of writing, I'm about 40 hours into my first proper post-review campaign, and I'm over halfway through conquering China. This is taking over my life like I knew it would. I absolutely love it. Gun Otaku sent in this photo of some nice collector's editions that they've amassed. Love that Xenoblade 1 CE. Black and red go so well together. Tim 10 was another to get the fantastic looking collector's edition of Aruna alongside Shantae's 7 Sirens from Limited Run. Raven Knight sent in this photo of Age of Calamity alongside Sean Bean's favourite game, Void. Bastard. Thanks, Sean. Right, time for a quickie. Inactive Yeti. Streaming on the Corner. Yusha, Vey, Little Guy Games, Black Star, Peter Clark, MDZ, Jayton, Roran, Professor Loney, Marty Ma, Sosha, The One, Cameron Duncan, JP, N0, Geese Nuts, and Etienne. Always enjoy seeing your games, guys. Send me your pictures on Twitter over at SoWhatAboutGame. You can DM me or you can tag me in a post and use the hashtag Let's Get Physical. I'll also give you a nice little retweet once I remember. Or you can email into us at contactors@switchwatch.co.uk. Just make sure you start the email tag with Community Spotlight so you don't miss it. It is sometimes difficult to see them because we get so many emails. Plus, we have a Discord, which is a nice way for us to have a chat with you guys. And you can send your pictures there in the submissions section. Discord server link is below. Please group all your games together and send me one picture. I really appreciate that very much if they're all grouped together. Unless it's an unboxing, of course. And I'm also thinking about after next week, maybe I'll do another themed week. I'm open to suggestions about the theme, so let me know some of your ideas. Anyways, there's only one thing left to do. We have to give away Road to Guangdong. The winner is... Golbat Lover! Personally, I prefer Crowbats. Anyways, congratulations, Golbat Lover. Please contact me in the same way that you submitted your photo. I don't actually remember where you did that. So yeah, contact me if you send a picture on Twitter, message me on Twitter, and I'll sort you out with Road to Guangdong. Right, guys, hope you enjoyed this episode of New Physicals. It was a massive episode. Special thanks to our executive producer, Dane Wilkinson, God of Resin, Boombox, Brent McLean, Jonathan Rumo, Gannicus, Santa Tartaruga, Alexander Cato, Ololan Jojo, Elisa, and our brand new executive, J Cross 7776, and all the others who have joined our memberships. Please check out last week's episode in case you missed it. We also have a brand new channel dedicated to PS5 and Xbox content. Many thanks for watching all the way through. If you did, give me a high five as usual in the comments. I want to know who the legends are amongst you. The longer you watch, the more it helps this series grow. Thank you ever so much. Take care, guys. Have a good one.